Okay, hi everyone. Sama Morningstar here, and I'm doing an interview. Oh, and this is my friend Kimani, and his mom is here too, Josephine. And I'm doing an interview today with Angelica Rodriguez. And say hi, Angelica, so we can see your face on the camera. There she is. Hi. Kimani says hi too. And hi, Carlitos, and anyone else who's joining us on the broadcast. Please, I'll try to pay attention and say hi to you. Gastielizondo. How would you say that, Angelica?
How was that?
Oh, you're not seeing the same things as I'm seeing.
No.
People are joining my scope, and I don't know how to say their name. Post your names, please, as clearly as possible in phonetic spellings. Si pueden decir su nombre, si vienen a vernos, y yo voy a tratar a pronunciar correctamente. Okay, so please post your names, and I will try to pronounce them correctly. So welcome, and this is an interview. We're doing our first interview. This is my first interview, leading an interview here on Periscope with Angelica Rodriguez in Mexico. And we're going to talk today about energy healing through movement and breath. So I watched a video with Angelica, one of her Periscopes, and really enjoyed seeing how hi, Keepers of Spice, please post your name if it's different than what your handle name is for Periscope. And please share about this broadcast. We're going to do bilingual as much as I'm capable of, and Angelica will help, I'm sure. And okay, so we're talking today. Thank you for the hearts. Hi, Keeper of Spice. Remind me of your name again. I'm not remembering at this moment. And so we're talking about energy healing. And I watched Angelica's Periscope, one of the first ones I saw of her, and was really impressed with her energy work. Oh, it's John. Okay. Hi, John. I was really impressed, Angelica, with I could see your energy movement in your movement and breath practice. And I wanted you to talk a little bit more about that, your experience of that when you're doing your self-care movement practice. And you can please, if you could speak a little both in English and Spanish, and then I'm going to learn from you how to talk about these things in Spanish as well. So.
Okay, so hello. Just for the people that I'm gonna do this as like twice pretty much, Spanish, English. But for the people that it's on my end of the Periscope, they are having issues with being able to hear you. I apologize, but we are doing this, we are trying out new things, so probably this is gonna be funky this time, but I'm gonna do my best so they can hear you, because they don't hear you very well. So
hold on one second, Angelica. I want to check with people on my end. Can you hear me and Angelica both on my end here? People on my Periscope, on Sama Morningstar's Periscope. Can you hear both of us? If you could give a comment or some hearts to let us know if you can hear both of us well. It's a little muffled. Which one, me or Angelica, when she talks? Probably Angelica, I'm imagining. All right, go ahead and talk some more, Angelica. Yeah, talk some more, Angelica, and I'm bringing it closer to the computer.
Yeah, I did that too. I'm holding on the thing closer to the computer. I just had a thank you. I lost your name, but thank you. I just had a feedback, someone on my Periscope, that they can hear us both well. So I hope that everybody on your end is having the same experience.
Okay, is that better, John? I think it was you that was commenting. I got a little heart there, so I'm hoping that means that you can hear better because I moved the phone closer to the computer. So that's great. All right, so go ahead. Let's go ahead and hear what you have to say, Angelica, about your energy, movement, breath practice and what it is that makes you have such a joyful, exuberant look on your face when you're doing those practices.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Sama, for this. For having this fun time together. It's very. It's amazing how this things like Periscope and challenges, a community can bring us together. Like from anywhere. So thank you for having this great idea. And I'm gonna share a little bit. First of all, I'm gonna share with the people that are speaking in Spanish. I'm gonna share pretty much what you share, why we are here, and then I'm gonna go with your question. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely, fantastic.
Para las personas que hablan español, Sama y yo nos hemos conocido por un reto de Periscope y coincidimos en que utilizamos movimiento y respiración para la sanación. Y bueno, Sama tuvo la gran idea de hacer este Periscope juntas y explorar nuestras diferentes perspectivas y bueno, solo divertirnos en un día como hoy, en el tema de respiración y movimiento para la sanación. So, I'm gonna go back to your question, and I think I'm gonna start on where I learned it mostly, because that's a very important part, I think, for me. So the movements that I learned, most of them I learned them from a Mayan Tibetan teacher.
Wow, a Mayan Tibetan.
Yeah. Wow. He is a teacher that's or a master that he is from Chiapas, the place where I now live, and he's been teaching this for a long time, and there are students from him that are continuing the education on this, and I learned from one of his direct students. So it's very peculiar, one of the things that I've come to learn when looking at other people doing different modalities or different techniques or different philosophies is that I've learned that that we all come to the same place, and that's amazing for me. After that, I learned more about Qigong, which we call Qigong, and I realized that a lot of our learnings have a common ground. And it really amazed me how like hundreds, thousand years have gone by, and we are going back to the roots.
So you were saying that you said something about having common ground. All of our something. I didn't hear that part. What were you saying that has common ground?
That well, for what I've learned and what I've experienced and what I've seen other people doing, I realized that a lot of our different philosophies or modalities have a common ground.
Because you studied with this Mayan Tibetan master who's stretching different traditions, right? And then you went to Qigong and saw, oh, there's this common energy running through these different traditions. I've had the same experience. And when I saw you moving, I said, she's doing the same things that I do. I can tell. I can feel that commonality when I see you.
Exactly.
So could you talk about that? What the experience is? What is this common thing that all these traditions are playing with, are teaching about?
Well, most of it, I think, pretty much is connecting with ourselves. I mean, basic, even though it sounds like a very logical thing or something that, like, how we could be not doing that. I see that these philosophies talk about experiencing our bodies, coming from the energy world, the energy plane, and then taking that into our bodies instead of, thinking like our bodies from a disconnected entity.
So could you talk about that energy plane or that energy world?
Sure.
And you're welcome to slip into Spanish at any time if you want to talk about any of these things in Spanish and or English. I really want to encourage the bilingualness of our interview because I want to learn how to talk about these things in Spanish.
Sure. So I can do
cómo hablar de energía, el mundo de energía y sanación con energía y conexión con sí mismo. Si estoy diciendo correctamente, yo quiero aprender escuchando a ti y cómo se dice todo eso.
Perfecto. La pregunta que me hiciste fue con respecto a qué me refería con el plano de energía, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Con el plano de energía me refiero a que cuando yo conocí estas filosofías, de las primeras cosas que aprendí y que escuché es todo es energía. Everything is energy. So, todo es energía y eso para mí, yo vengo de un educación de ingeniería, así que mi mundo había sido un poco más estructurado, cuadrado, lógico, con mi educación. Y cuando escuché por primera vez que todo es energía, es como, es un shock, ¿no? Todo es energía. El considerar que una piedra tiene vida.
Una piedra es como a rock?
A rock, yeah.
A foundation?
No, like when I heard the first time, a rock is, it's energy. A rock is alive in a sense.
Sí, una piedra es energía también.
Sí, sí.
Got it.
Cuando yo escuché la primera vez, todo es energía, everything is energy, and a rock is energy, a rock is alive. So, para mí fue, no, a mí me enseñaron que las rocas son inanimadas y que no tienen vida de alguna forma, ¿no?
Sí.
Ahí empieza ahí empieza el cambio de paradigma. Todo es energía. Everything is energy. Así que comenzar desde ahí y comenzar a ver a mi cuerpo como energía también. Starting to look at my body as energy. You know?
¿Que puedes hablar un poquito de sus primeras experiencias de su cuerpo de energía?
Es bien curioso porque la primera vez que yo estuve en contacto con las enseñanzas, yo no sentía nada.
Nada de energía, nada de
energía. Yo veía que las personas decían que sentían que algo corría por sus manos, por sus dedos, por su cuerpo, o que sentían algo, y yo decía, no, yo no siento, no.
No, todo es normal.
Todo, sí, porque yo estaba desconectada. ¿No? I was like unplugged, you know, de mi energía. Entonces, las primeras veces que yo empecé a practicar y poder sentir mis manos, como por mis manos corría energía, poder sentir como en mi cara, hay cada quien lo siente diferente. Por ejemplo, yo las primeras veces yo lo sentía así como en mis cachetes, sentía como cosquillas.
Cosquillas, ¿cómo es cosquillas? ¿Qué es cosquillas?
Tickles.
Tickles.
Yeah.
Like tingles.
Tingles. Yeah.
Cosquillas.
Cosquillas.
Oh, qué palabra.
Sentía cosquillas en mis cachetes, pero ya después de tiempo. A time went by, so I could feel it.
Uh-huh. So just for our English speakers, hi, Max. And hi, there was another person who came on. We're doing a bilingual interview. And I'm doing an interview with Angelica Rodriguez. And it's a bilingual interview. We're going a little bit back and forth between Spanish and English. Hey, Max. Thanks for joining us. And thanks for the hearts. And anyone else who's here, please feel free. I'd love it if you posted your name so I can greet you. And Angelica and I are talking about energy healing. And she just was telling me in Spanish about good to see you too, Max, some of her first experiences with energy healing and experiencing energy. She was saying that at first, when she was first doing these trainings of using movement and breath to connect to the energy plane or the energy world, as she described it, that at first she didn't experience or feel anything, and that other people were saying, oh yes, I feel it flowing through my hands or my body or somehow feeling something, and she didn't feel anything different. Hola, Max. She didn't feel anything. She felt just normal, business as usual, because she knows that she was disconnected from the energy. ¿Cómo estás? Bien, Max. Gracias. And so she said that then she started to feel tingles. What is the word again? Costillas. Costillas. Cosquillas. You're going to have to write. Would you send me a text one day? I love learning words like this. All right. In her face, she was feeling tingles in her face to start. And then did it spread? And how do you say it spread?
Se expandió.
Expandió.
Se expandió a mis manos, mis dedos, mis piernas, mis pies, hasta ya podía sentirlo en otras partes del cuerpo, el pecho, o depende en la cabeza, depende del ejercicio tal vez.
Ajá, y después de cuánto tiempo
Mm,
de
no pasó
platicando.
mucho, la verdad no recuerdo exactamente, pero tal vez fueron meses, no, porque lo practicaba seguido.
Y practicaba, ¿cómo se dice? You were practicing cada día, cada
Ah,
día.
en ese entonces no era diario, era más o menos cuatro, mínimo 4 veces a la semana.
Okay, so she's saying, hello. Hi, Donat. Welcome. And hi, Max. You're laughing out loud about something, Max. I'm not sure what, except that maybe you can see my friend Keimani here, who's joining us. And thank you for sharing about that. I was just asking Angelica about how long it took for her to get reconnected to the energy plane and to start feeling herself as energy. Like the basic philosophy of many of these healing modalities is that everything is energy. We are all energy. And when we connect to that, it's very powerful and healing. And so she said it took several months of practicing her energy healing practices that her teacher was teaching her. Practicing 4 times a week, did you say, Angelica, or something
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that?
at the very beginning, at the minimum, it was like 4 times a week. Then when I got to Qigong, it was more times, like 5 a week or so. But yeah, at the very beginning, it was like very constant.
Yay, thumbs up to energy, Max says. All right. Okay, so wonderful. So now, how long ago was that beginning of your practice, and what's your practice like now?
Well, it probably close to 5 years, casi 5 años para ahora.
Uh-huh.
Casi, sí, casi 5 años. Y ahora, estos últimos meses, para ser honesta, estos últimos meses han sido un poco muy sueltos, menos práctica, pero regularmente con mi compañera son diario, hacemos 2 prácticas de yoga tibetana y qigong.
So did you say yoga, some kind of yoga?
Tibetan yoga?
Tibetan yoga.
Yeah.
My friend Keimani's mom is here too, Josephine, and she's a yoga teacher as well as myself. So is that the only kind of yoga that you've studied, Tibetan yoga?
Yeah, it's pretty much they call it the I'm gonna do my best to remember the name, but it's something like the Tibetan exercise for the eternal, how you say juventud?
Youth.
Youth. So it's
Youth.
like the Tibetan yoga exercises for the eternal youth, or something like that.
In Spanish, en español es ¿qué?
Los ejercicios tibetanos para la eterna juventud.
Excelente.
I'm 80.
You're 80. Yeah.
Right, but I'm 80.
You know, Keimani just says he's 3. He's got you beat on the youth thing, I think. All right. Well, that's fantastic. So another question was coming up to ask you. So when you're practicing, so you just said that you practice these yoga practices and qigong now with a group of friends. Did you say twice a day?
Like right now?
Yeah.
No, it's once a day, like the first thing in the morning, pretty much.
Okay. And then my question about that is about your experience the rest of the day of your connection to the energy. So and how that's changed over the course of your practice. I'm interested to know if then how it relates to your daily practice, that you feel more or less connected throughout the rest of the day to the energy plane, and how that shows up, how that experience is for you. And no sé cómo se dice todo eso en español.
Bueno, lo voy a traducir así más o menos.
Gracias,
gracias. La pregunta fue que te gustaría saber cómo es que esa práctica diaria se relaciona con, haciéndola en la mañana, se relaciona con el resto de mi día, y cómo eso cambia o mejora o influencia mi conexión. ¿Sí?
Sí, creo que sí.
Okay. So this is interesting because it's about a little bit of it. It's about for me, it's about discipline a little bit, because sometimes I get into the train of the fast life.
Mm.
And then it's like, okay, I need to do this or that, and I skip the exercises, or I skip the meditation. I do it, and then what I realize is that it's like an investment,
Mm.
When I do it in the morning, the rest of my day goes better. And one of the other things that I realize is creativity. Creativity, it's a lot better when I just give myself time to expand.
So you notice that when you have that expansive connection with energy, that deliberate investment in that connection during the day, then the rest of the day goes better and you have more creativity available to you.
Yes. And it's interesting because I'm a pretty good example of how fast life can, like get into the veins and then forget about, the important things. Meaning by important, like, having my routine in the mornings.
Right. I can relate to that. So I just want to welcome Hanita. Dula Hanita just joined us. Welcome. I'm here with having an interview with Angelica Rodriguez. She's in Mexico. We're doing a bilingual interview, so we're popping back and forth between English and Spanish. We have, I think, bilingual viewers. And we are talking about energy healing and energy healing practices of movement and breath practices. She's talked about her training and practices in you studied with a Mayan Tibetan teacher, and what the practices that you learned from that teacher, were they more like qigong or more like yoga, or it was a unique practice?
I couldn't. Okay. Well, I like I said, como hace rato, creo que todo se relaciona. Um, por ejemplo, el Qigong que yo aprendí, que practico, es Spring Forest, es Spring Forest Qigong. Y hay ejercicios, hay un ejercicio que es balancear el yin y el yang, y lo puedo asociar con ejercicios que aprendimos de los ejercicios mayas tibetanos. So there is some exercises that I could relate, even though they are not the same from the Qigong, that I could relate to the Mayan Tibetan philosophy. But here's the thing. I believe that the common ground comes more when you can feel it, when you kind of get the sense of it. It's when, well, at least that's what happened to me. When I got to feel it, I was like, this is all the same.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you, and that's why I was asking you, and it brings up another question about how you experience it in your everyday life. So do you notice, can you sometimes catch yourself in the middle of having the fast life and feeling disconnected? Can you catch yourself sometimes and remember to connect and have a little moment of expansion and then feel more connected? What does that look like for you? How do you remember to do that? And how do you do that in the moment of your daily life? You don't have time to sit down and have a practice, but you realize that you're disconnected and you want to reconnect. How do you do that in the moment, on the fly?
Breathing. That will be number one, because I didn't even know how to breathe. It's interesting. Yo no sabía realmente cómo respirar. Que es algo que hacemos todos los días, todo el día, y aún así es sorprendente. Yo por lo menos no sabía cómo respirar. In our society, the society teach us to breathe in a very incomplete way. At least that's what I believe. We are taught to breathe from the upper part of our body, only with the chest. But then when I was given the opportunity to see that there is in our philosophy, they say, well, a lot of philosophies, they say, pay attention how a baby breathes, how the baby breathes. They expand their bellies and how they collapse their bellies. So that's a everyday thing, right?
This is so fantastic, Angelica, because here we are, talking from very far away, right? You're down in Mexico and I'm here, and we're talking about how all the traditions are the same when you get right down to it. And I was asking you a question to see what you would say, if you would say the same thing that I tell my clients who have this, who have this challenge of, when I do my practice in the morning, I feel fantastic. And then I get up and I go about my day, and this happens and that happens. And next thing I know, I'm breathing up in my chest. My shoulders are hiked up to my ears. And, I'm having a little panic attack inside, right? And what do I say? 3 deep breaths. And what do I, and what?
And the number 3, that's a very important thing.
The numbers too, even. Look at that. Sure, right? The numbers of that. And even just one deep breath is wonderful. But if you can do 3, it only takes, 30 seconds or whatever. And so you said the breath immediately, and I was like, no wonder I could tell that this lady was onto something, because she's doing the same thing. So it's fantastic.
It's common ground. Like I said, from my perspective, what we are learning, it's going back to the basics. We are not discovering something new per se, but we are going back to what we already knew but have forgotten.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. Well, listen, Angelica, I just, we've been talking for a little while here, and I wondered if, well, first of all, I see there might be some new people on my end of the scope. So if you have any questions for me or Angelica or comments, please feel free to post those. And I also wanted to see, maybe since I'm interviewing you, I would love to see if you would be willing to share just a very beginning breathing practice that someone might be able to do, like maybe something that you do when you notice in the middle of your day that things are going a little too fast and you want to reconnect. Do you have a little, like a little mini practice that you can share with us for that? How to breathe more deeply down out of the chest?
Well, this is one, let's see if this is going to work okay, with the audio. But this is something that I learned from one of my teachers. She's called Gina. Let's see if you can see me. It's just breathing, but it's like playful and breathing. So basically, what you do is you go breathing and play on how far you can go with how you say, retaining your breath before exhaling. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So pretty much it's just you start breathing, and each time you breathe, you do a different movement so your lungs will expand. Okay? So you do like so basically you could go I could have gone like more, but basically the first times that I did this, I couldn't even do like 3 of this, like I couldn't get much air into my, into my body.
I have a question about that. Were you just doing short sniffs and only inhaling?
Yes, I never exhale until the end.
And then I heard a little sound at the end. Does that happen every time?
No, it's only in inhaling.
No, I heard a computer sound. I was making a joke that you had some like energetic thing that happened that made a funny sound. I'm teasing you. All right, good. Well, that looks like a wonderful, I love those movements that help the lungs to open up in all different directions and get more air in. So you just keep sniffing as much as you can to see how much air you can get in and move your arms around, opening up your chest side to side and up and down and around until you can't sniff any more air in, and then you exhale and bring your hands together, and that's it.
Yeah, es muy interesante porque las primeras veces que yo hice ese ejercicio no podía más de 3 tal vez. O sea, realmente mi cuerpo estaba desarmonizado y no podía hacer más de 3 tal vez.
Aha. So she's saying that the first time she did it, she couldn't do more than 3 sniffs. So I want to encourage anyone who's trying Angelica's exercise out there to be gentle with yourself, very gentle, and just sniff as much air as feels comfortable. And would you agree with me in saying that if you feel that you can use it to feel where your limitations are when you sniff and you feel something tight?
Yes, and I will say that I like what the founder of the Qigong that I learned. He says there is nothing you can. I mean, with this kind of exercises, there is nothing that you can do wrong. You can do it only good, and you can get better and better.
Oh, wonderful. Sounds like you had a wonderful teacher. There's nothing you can do wrong.
With this, you don't go wrong. You just, I mean, doing 1 is not wrong. Doing 2 is not wrong. Doing 3 is not wrong. Doing 1 is excellent. Doing 2 is better. Doing 3 is way better. And you are going to keep getting better and better all the time. But just start from where you are at. And the thing that you said, I really totally agree with you, is be gentle. And one of the things about connecting with ourselves, it's about listening to our bodies. You know, if 3 feels good for me right now, 3 is perfect.
Right, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Es todo, ¿cómo se dice? Purpose.
Propósito.
Propósito.
Mm-hmm.
Eso es, que sentir sí mismo.
Sí.
Y, escuchar el cuerpo y la energía y lo que necesitamos en el momento. Entonces,
darle las gracias.
Sí, gracias, a decir gracias al cuerpo, porque trabaja mucho por sí, besitos. Mi esposo hace eso también en sus clases de yoga. Qué conectados somos, ¿no?
Somos uno.
Somos juntos.
Uno.
Hermanas y tías juntos. Ok, muy bueno, Angélica. Creo que vamos a terminar este entrevista.
¿Entrevista?
Entrevista, ¿sí? Es que si tienes algo otro a decir para completar nuestro tiempo.
Gracias y que estoy muy agradecida me impresiona de una manera maravillosa cómo nos vamos encontrando con la familia. Y doy gracias a Michelle, doy gracias que de alguna manera, sin saber, nos conectó. Y doy gracias a ti por haber organizado este momento juntas. Y doy gracias al universo por permitirnos jugar. Y le doy gracias a las personas que estuvieron acompañándonos, aunque no me sé los nombres de todas, pero sé que estamos conectadas.
Sí, gracias. Yes, thank you very much, Angelica. I'm very grateful too for our connection and for the opportunity to have an intercultural, across the world connection, and it's really, and how you said something about familia. It feels very familiar to connect to.
Family, we are cosmic family.
Cosmic family, that's right. So thank you so much, and thanks everyone for joining us, and thanks Michelle, it's true, for her group bringing us together, and thank the universe, I agree. And can you see the rainbow on my face right now?
Yeah, that's true.
So I just want to thank the rainbows and the light for joining us and shining rainbow light on our connection today, and giving me this cosmic glow for the end of our broadcast. And so thank you so much, Angelica, and I look forward, maybe next time if you would like, we could do a reverse interview.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And you could ask me all the questions you have, and whatever else we decide to do together. I'm looking forward to seeing what we end up creating together.
Let's keep co-creating.
All right, sounds good, Angelica. Have a wonderful day.
You too, thank you.
Okay, and I'm going to stop the broadcast here, but we can connect a little bit after we're done if you want to stay on the computer broadcast. So I'm stopping our broadcasting, and we'll talk in a minute.